Well, if learning Excel, SQL, and Power BI was enough, you would already have a job. So why don't you? Now, picture two people starting the same journey, same tools, same tutorials. On one side, you have someone who keeps doing everything everyone else is doing. They finish a course, they move to the next course. Now, on the other side, there is someone who makes a different shift early on. Now, the difference between people who actually stay stuck and those who actually get hired is not by the amount of tools they learn, it's about how they think. You are building the same project that every other person have done, the same Netflix analysis, the same sales dashboard, the exact same thing in thousands of other data analyst portfolio. So when the recruiter sees your work, they are not actually impressed because they've seen it before over and over again. Now, let me tell you a quick story about Daniel. Now meet Daniel. Daniel has done everything right. He has learned Excel, SQL, Python, and even Power BI. He watches tutorial every single day. He practices, he builds projects and stay consistent. Now, Daniel has applied to 100 jobs and has gotten 100 rejections. No interviews, no callbacks, just silence. Now, here's the truth. Daniel is not unlucky. Daniel is doing exactly what every other person is doing. The same course, the same project, the same approach. Now, nothing stands out about Daniel. And in a market where thousands of people look the same, being the same is actually a problem. You think the problem is that you don't know enough, so you keep learning, you keep paying for another Excel courses, another SQL tutorial, another Python project, but that's not the problem. You are learning tools, but you are not actually solving real problems, and companies don't actually care that you know functions and formulas in Excel. They care if you can take messy data and actually turn it into decisions that matter. Now, you start by following tutorials step by step. You copy exactly what was done in the tutorial. But here's the problem. You are not actually learning, you are just consuming. And somehow you keep mistaking that for a skill. You are building the same project that every other person have done, the same Netflix analysis, the same sales dashboard, the exact same thing in thousands of other data analyst portfolio. So when the recruiter sees your work, they are not actually impressed because they've seen it before over and over again. Now, if you can analyze data, but you can't explain what it actually means, you can't actually tell the story behind the number, and if you can't actually bring your insight clearly, then you are not solving real problems. You are just moving numbers around. Now, the difference between people who actually stay stuck and those who actually get hired is not by the amount of tools they learn. It's about how they think. Because those who actually break through don't just chase tools, they solve real problems. They don't just follow up tutorials step by step. They start to think for themselves. Now, they didn't just build random projects just to fill their portfolio. They build proof that they can actually solve a real business problem. Now, and most importantly, they don't just analyze data, they communicate what they mean. Let me just say something that might completely change how you see this whole thing. Now, companies don't just hire data analysts because you know Excel, SQL, or even Python. They hire people who can actually make decisions easier, and that's just it. Now, picture two people starting the same journey, same tools, same tutorials, same beginner level. On one side, you have someone who keeps doing everything everyone else is doing. They finish a course, they move to the next course, they build dashboard from YouTube tutorials, they upload project that looks clean, but all of these same are thousands of what people are doing online. Now, they are working hard, but they are invisible because nothing about their work shows why they are different. Nothing shows why they are unique. Now, on the other side, there is someone who makes a different shift early on. Now, they realize something very, very important. And it's not just enough for my work to be correct. It has to be meaningful and what visible. So instead of just building projects, they start thinking like someone inside the company. They don't just create dashboard, they start publishing what's inside. Now, they write short explanations with their project. They show what decisions their analysis would lead to. They post their work online, even when it's simple or even when it's not perfect, just to create visibility for themselves to reach the right audience. And slowly something begins to change. Now their work is not just what's sitting in a folder, it's being seen, it's being understood, it's being remembered because visibility what changes everything. At some point, recruiters stop scrolling past them, not because they are smarter, but because they are easy to understand. Now let's be clear, both people are actually learning these same tools. Both are putting in effort, but one is building in silence while the other is building in public with clarity and what with direction. And in today's world, the person who is seen first actually gets the opportunity first. If I had to start from zero again today, these are the things I would do very much what differently. I would not just work harder but smarter because I used to think success in data analysis was just about learning more tools, but that's not what actually moves you forward. Now, first, I would stop trying to learn everything. Instead, I would pick one clear direction and what one industry to focus on. Not because I want to limit myself, but because clarity creates what an advantage for me. Because when you understand one space deeply, your work starts to feel real. Like now, I'm a health data analyst. I've been able to make myself stand very firm in the field. And I would change something most people ignore completely, how I present my work. Because here's the truth, good analysis is not enough. If people can't actually understand it, it doesn't actually matter. And I will start sharing my work early, not waiting until it's perfect, not hiding until I feel ready. But because in today's world, visibility on its own is actually a skill. People don't actually discover you when you are ready. They discover you when you show up. And over time, something powerful start happening. Your work stop looking like a what student assignment and start looking like someone solving a real business problem. And that's when opportunity starts to change. Now, not because you became what more skilled, but because you became more clever. So let me ask you honestly, are you actually building skill or you are building a proof that someone can trust you with a what real problem? Because those two paths look similar in the beginning, but they lead to completely what different outcomes. The next video I'm going to be posting on my YouTube channel will teach you how to land your first or your next data analytics job. So this is an opportunity you definitely don't want to miss. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. It wouldn't even take up to 2 minutes to click the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel now so you don't get to miss this opportunity to land your first data analytics job. And also I run a 5-month paid mentorship program where I take you from being a beginner data analyst into a master independent data analyst in 5 months time. Yeah, 5 months is actually a very long time. So this is something you definitely want to look forward to. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn so I can send you the full package. I'm sure you love this video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. We'll see you in the next one.